performance review time on the job, and viaMaven, a Seattle-based performance review software company, wants to make performance reviews a bit easier for you. So this morning I'm joined by the company's CEO, Lewis Lin is here. Lewis, good to have you back.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so you recently surveyed 30,000 people online to hear some of the more interesting things that they've received in a performance review. Some pretty interesting results too.
Yeah, it's actually shocking to hear what some of the employees, HR professionals have reported seeing on a performance review. We've got managers asking their colleagues out for a date on a performance review.
On a performance review?
On a performance review.
Unbelievable. Here are some of the examples that you guys have dug up.
People complaining about taking medical leave and saying that they're lazy. And even the last one just kind of drives me insane that they said his head is so hollow that you could hear an echo. And you're probably just wondering, like, these are just insane.
Why would a manager do that? Often late to bring Starbucks for office staff qualifies for a raise. Okay, well, sarcasm. So why would a manager write something like that on a review?
You know, the number one reason is just the manager's just thinking. A Nobel Prize winner, Daniel Kahneman, actually wrote about this in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, which is when you think about how managers think, there's really like two types of thinking. Daniel Kahneman calls it system one thinking, where it's kind of that reactive, go, 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 fight or flight type syndrome, and it feels something like this. It's like, oh my God, I've got 20 performance reviews, they're due in 2 hours, I've got to get through them really, really fast, but I don't want to look stupid. What should I say? And as you can imagine, they're kind of got this kind of pent up energy. And there's a different type of thinking called system two thinking, which is a little bit more pensive, a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more thoughtful. And as you can imagine, these performance reviews are trying to hit these deadlines, and as a result, they work out some of these things that just comes across as unprofessional and sometimes illogical.
Yeah, I can see that. Now, your company helping combat some of these more interesting statements on these reviews, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we do here at viaMaven is we've created software that helps managers generate performance feedback. And so we've got over 3,000 phrases, both positive and negative, to talk about all of the different aspects of employee performance, things like communication skills and teamwork. And it helps managers to come up and use feedback phrases thanks to our software that's precise, constructive, and most importantly, professional.
There you go. And so what other advice do you have for employees on dealing with these performance reviews?
Yeah, so aside from using our software, I've got one major tip for our viewers, and the tip is this. Provide for your boss a reference sheet of all of your accomplishments from the year, and your managers are just going to love it because it'll help them from recalling what happened 10 months ago, provide them with your details. And when it comes to coming up with these reference sheets, I've got a couple of tips, and I'll just cover them real quickly.
Okay.
Number one, first figure out how your work is being valued. There's no need wasting space on that reference sheet talking about projects or accomplishments that your boss just doesn't care about, right? The second thing is to brainstorm. I know it sucks to think about what you did 10 months ago. I can barely remember what I did last week, but this is your chance to just fight, and set the record straight. And so you don't want to regret not putting in the time to call a very important project. The next tip that I have is after you've done all this brainstorming, add those details. And that's where numbers can really make a difference. Things like save the company $7 million, reduce costs by 15%. If it's some sort of work that has some sort of future impact, always do a back of the envelope estimate. And then, of course, include those quotes. If you got a piece of praise and email from the executive, include those in that reference sheet as well. And then one last tip, I know it's very tempting, after you've brainstormed and added those details to just submit it to your boss, make sure you have it reviewed by a trusted colleague, a mentor, because what makes sense to you as you're writing this down may not come across as objective or fair to somebody else. And so make sure that you proofread it before you send it off to your boss.
There you go. Lewis Lin, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Some great advice, and good luck for your performance review at work. For more advice, you can visit him at viaMaven.com. All right, MJ, how's our